4 guys spending cash like it's their occupation. That's a pretty good premise.
Unraveling the mystery that all started with a big bang.
Hey guys, Perry here. Today we're going to be talking about Entourage. Entourage started in 2004 and went all the way up until 2011. Just a disclaimer here, I'm still watching the series. I'm in the middle of season 7. I did rewatch the pilot so I can sort of talk about how it's changed from the first season all the way up, well, first episode rather, all the way up until where I am now. The 4 main characters are Vince, who's played by Adrian Grenier, Eric, who's played by Kevin Connolly, Johnny, who's played by Kevin Dillon, and Turtle, who's played by Jerry Ferrera. Vince is considered the main character because he's sort of the actor. He's the one that provides the money that everybody spends. It's a pretty funny show, and I like it a lot. It's sort of taken me a little while to get through it, only because, A, I work, but B, it sort of gets a little dry after a while. I can't watch like 10 episodes in a row only because I'm sitting there, I'm just kind of like, anything else? Binge watching a show when there's something continuously happening is great. It ends on a note where all of a sudden once the next episode starts, it's like leaving off right there. Now this show Entourage does do that, but it's not exactly one of those things where you're going from, okay, this guy just got shot, and then all of a sudden the next episode starts with that guy getting shot, or the aftermath of that person getting shot. You see the aftermath from episode to episode, like each thing building up, but it's not exactly, one on top of the other. It could go from, day 1 all of a sudden for one episode, and then the next episode you're at like day 5. So, it's not exactly timeline worthy, I guess, air quotes here and there. But about the pilot, when I first watched it, when I watched it just before, I started cracking up because you see all the old technology back from 2004. You see flip phones, you see, the big bulky point and shoot cameras, and it personally makes me laugh because we're into an age where we have these things, we have iPhones, and look how thin they are, and they're using flip phones and big Blackberries, and like later in the season, but you just can't help but laugh because we're in such a more advanced age at that point. However, I will admit that the plot is really set in the first episode, and it sort of helps you to get grasped into the TV show because you're learning all of this stuff about all of those people, all of those characters, and you're learning like what their goals are and what they're trying to do and what they have been doing and everything like that, all in one episode. But I do have to admit, it is still getting a little, like I said before, it is getting a little difficult to try and finish the series just because it's sort of, at this point, I feel like it's dragging on. Yeah, it's answering all the questions, it's doing, all of the plot lines are getting, tied off at the end, but it's still getting to that point where it's like, where's the ending? Is this going on, as long as Supernatural? We're in the 11th season already. It's like, okay, come on, you can do it. Keep trucking, you can do it. I have heard some pretty good things about the movie. Now, again, like I said before, I haven't gotten to watch it yet. So, when I do watch it, I'll check it back in with you guys and let you know how it was and how it related to the show and everything like that. But that's going to do it for today for Flashback Friday. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up if you like this video, and click subscribe right down below to catch new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday for my reviews, my experience, and just to talk about television because who doesn't love it. So keep it here on Pilots with Perry, and I'll see you next time.